Well, Nigeria's ruling party, the All Progressives Congress, this week declared through their official channel that when the next general election comes around in 2027, there would be no vacancy at Nigeria's seat of power because President Bola Tinubu's re-election was already a done deal, a fait accompli. Well, the wholesale vote of confidence and endorsement seems to be a recurring decimal since Nigeria's return to democracy in 1999. But to those, well, to whose interest some are asking, and what are the implications, especially for free and fair elections in 2027? Well, to have a discussion and a conversation on this, we are now being joined by Luka, Biniat, the National Publicity Secretary of the Middle Belt Forum. Great to have you here on Newsday. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, it seems the APC is quite confident about President Bola Tinubu and his second term, but just like the intro said, in whose interest, considering the back-to-back unstable politics being demonstrated by the APC and his government's hasty decisions, haphazardly thought through policies, which we can all agree have stalled Nigeria, if not in the minimal bit. So what do you have to say?
We cannot speak for the APC. We are a sociocultural group. We are a pressure group. We are not here to speak for what the APC has done wrong or right. But
so
let me start by...
If you don't mind, so could I ask what the Middle Belt Forum thinks then in terms of President Tinubu getting a second term, since I might have misspoken? What is the Middle Belt Forum's position on a second term for the president?
Good. That's a better way to reframe the question. It's more direct and apt. Before I go to that, I want to make some clarification on what the Middle Belt is all about. It's important that people understand that the Middle Belt is part of the northern Nigeria that was not part of the Osman Danfodio Caliphate and the Kanem Borno Empire before colonial rule. All the ethnic nationalities that fall within northern Nigeria, and we are never part of the Ottoman Danfodio Empire and the Kanem Borno rule before colonial rules. These are the ethnic nationalities that make up what we call the Middle Belt of Nigeria. And we can be found in 14 of the northern states of Nigeria. The Middle Belt Forum is the apex sociocultural body that represents all these, at least 250 ethnic groups in the landmass of northern Nigeria. Having said that, well, we in the Middle Belt Forum have already taken a position with the Afenefere, Pandev, Ohaneze Ndigbo in 2023, saying that power should be retained in the south, even between 2023 and 2027. So we have not shifted our position on that. But we are not endorsing any candidate for yet. But I want to say that the APC as a body, as a political party, can do their own games the way they do, just like any other political party can settle on any other candidate. But for us, their choice for the sitting president at this very moment is a bit curious. But having said that, we in the Middle Belt Forum believe that if you want to compare the outings of Ahmed Bola Tinubu with that of his immediate predecessor, he scores higher. But if you compare him with the PDP government, he is low down there. So it's probably out of the excitement of what they see him doing compared to his immediate past predecessor that, gave them that kind of inspiration to endorse him. As we in the Middle Belt, we are grateful for some of the things that he has done, but for us, he still has a lot to do. So for now, we are still out there insisting that the presidency should be retained in the South. But we are also watching out who are the other contestants that will come to contest with him in the 2027. But he has an advantage now. The way he plays the game, the way he is able to assure us and carry us along in the Middle Belt will determine the direction which we are going to go.
Now, you said that the president has done better than his predecessor. So I'd like you to talk to us about some of the president's notable achievements since assuming office that you believe could have garnered him this endorsement from his party.
Let me start with the one that is much dear to us, which is the area of insecurity. The Middle Belt region, as you all know, has been bedeviled by unprecedented destruction by people that you in the Nigerian media call bandits. But we know who they are. We call them as ethnic Fulani militia. We have suffered thousands of deaths. Villages have been sacked. So much have been lost in terms of farms. All kinds of economic, assets have been destroyed by these people. The peak was between 2016 and 2023. And 2023, yes. But as soon as Bola Ahmed Tinubu stepped on throne, it dramatically subsided. We are still experiencing some of these killings in Benue State especially, but in most part of the Middle Belt, it has greatly subsided. What is going on now is kidnapping, mass kidnapping and ransom exchange for human beings. But apart from that, the daily invasions of communities and the gruesome arson on them has greatly reduced. So we are very grateful in that gesture, which to us is the father of all accomplishment for a government, because life and security is the purpose for which government was formed. And then he has given some of our sons appointment. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Gwabin, is our own, and I'm sure he has not disappointed him. Like I said, we have seen the result in most part of the Middle Belt, and indeed in most part of the North too. And then he has also given appointment to one of our own, the Secretary to the Federal Government, George Akume, and a host of others. He has given us a University of Science and Technology in Kachia, and then a Federal Medical Center in Kafanchan, all in southern Kaduna, and a host of others. But it's far below what we expect, because most of our economic hubs are still in comatose. The railway lines are dead. The inland waterways have long gone to sleep. We have the Ajakuta steel rolling mill, Neamco in Itakpe. All these are humongous, money and job-generating ventures that are yet to come to life. So we expect much more from him. He still has time. He still has 2 years ahead of him. So the expectation from the Middle Belt on Tinubu is still very high.
Well, we thank you for joining us this afternoon. Luka, Biniat, the National Publicity Secretary of the Middle Belt Forum. Thanks for joining us here on Newsday.